The new movie In the Heights is out now, and film critics Chuck Koplinski and Pam Powell caught up with the cast. Today, in second of a three-part interview, they talked to three of the younger stars. Check it out.
I'm covering there's three of you, so I'm going to jump right in here. Leslie, this is your first major film role. I mean, how did this come about, and what was the most surprising thing about this project for you?
It was an incredible blessing, to answer your first question, to be a part of this project and for this to be, an anomaly of firsts in my book. Usually, you start with small, roles that maybe sometimes don't reflect your life experience or what, your biggest dreams on your first acting gig. So I was very cognizant that I was being very spoiled and was reminded of that by my amazing, set family every day. But it was incredible to be enveloped and cradled by the love on set every day and the generosity of experience that everybody was willing to share with me on my first go around. And so I wouldn't have been able to do it without all of that generosity.
Very good. Hey, Corey, this is not your first show. You've got quite a rich history, by the way. Loved your character in Kong Skull Island. A lot of fun.
Thank you.
But you do have a very rich background with theater, film, TV. How do you think this particular story, In the Heights, is going to resonate with everybody in a universal way?
Well, I think, first of all, it's a musical, right? So how rare does that happen when you have this sort of big budget, big, huge, musical that I mean, and everyone loves music, as Melissa says, it is a universal language. It's something that we can all connect to, dance, rhythm, all of those things. But also just the theme of being able to dream and wanting, reaching for whatever is in front of you and knowing that you can attain it. Like with Benny, he's a big dreamer, but he's also rooted in his community. And I think he finds the similarities, even though he's not Latinx, he finds those similarities and he loves on those similarities, those differences. He loves those too. So it's a film that I think sort of brings us all together because, especially in this past year, it's been so hard, so challenging. But it's as we like to say, a sort of vaccine shot of joy and a vaccine shot of hope. It really, truly is. And just a really good time. We all want to be back in the theater and that collective experience and sit together and love together again. So I think it brings that.
Very good.
Melissa, your character, Vanessa, has really a rough time of this. And I asked a couple other actors about this. There's this push-pull of wanting to stay in the neighborhood and embrace your heritage, but then also wanting to leave as well. Can you speak to that whole dichotomy, and how do you personally look at that?
I mean, I think, and that's one of the first things that drew me to Vanessa when I first saw it on stage, is this need to get out and to go to a place where there's more opportunities for you to be able to start from scratch and make your dreams come true. I did that in my life. I left Monterrey, I left Mexico, and I went to NYU and I wanted to study musical theater. And I was like, where do I go to make my dreams come true? To the Mecca, to Broadway, And I thought that if I stayed, like Vanessa she feels stuck. She's like, I'm stuck in this job because I need to survive and I don't have the luxury of a family like Nina's dad that can support her and send her to school. She doesn't have that. She has to rummage through the trash can to find these fabrics to make her art because she can't afford it. And so it's this, this push-pull of, yes, this is the place where I was born and I work and I love these people, but also they don't see me for my potential. They don't see me for my dreams and my ambitions. They see me as this girl that works at the salon. So I need to get out. And I think it's, a lot of people can can relate to that journey of like going to seek opportunities in like the big city or wherever that is in our jobs, whatever we do for a living. And her unexpected ending, her awakening of realizing that actually this is the place that makes her creative. This place is what feeds that hunger. And when she moves and she can't create anymore, she's like, I don't know what's wrong. And then she realizes that the place that she was running away from is actually her biggest inspiration. And you know, coming full circle and realizing that.
Good. All of you, thank you so much for not just speaking with us about In the Heights, but being a part of In the Heights and creating this universal message for everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Stay safe.
You too.
And thank you to Chuck and Pam for sharing that interview with us here at CI Living. You can see In the Heights in theaters now and on HBO Max. Remember, you can also check out Chuck and Pam's Facebook page, website, and sign up for their newsletter.